You ever feel like your manifestation should have shown up already, but reality is just dragging its feet? Like you're doing everything right. You're visualizing, you're affirming, but nothing's moving? Let me tell you the real reason that happens, and it's not the universe punishing you. It's something way deeper. Hey guys, it's Mohammed. Welcome back to Galaxy's Gestalt. And today we're talking about something nobody really explains, but everybody experiences. It's that weird, frustrating gap between I decided I want this and where is it? Most people think that gap is empty time. They think it's just waiting, but it's not. It's actually a feedback loop. Stick with me till the end, folks, because once you understand this one idea, you'll stop panicking about delays and you'll actually know how to dissolve them. You will stop waiting and you'll start having. Before we dive in, look, if you haven't grabbed it yet, I've got a free ebook for you called The Magic of Affirmations. It teaches you how to reprogram your subconscious the right way for abundance, so you aren't just saying words, you're changing states. It's totally free. Links in the description. So let's get into this. I want you to think about the last time you really, really wanted something. Maybe it was a text back from a specific person, or maybe a sum of money to hit your bank account, or a job offer, whatever it was. You probably felt this tension, right? There's this underlying hum of anxiety. You're checking your phone, you're refreshing your email, you're looking for signs. And the days go by, and nothing happens, and you start thinking, maybe I'm not doing it right. Maybe the universe thinks I'm not ready. See, here's the thing. We tend to think of reality as this separate entity that is deciding when to give us our toys, like a parent. But that is fundamentally misunderstanding the physics of how this works. Reality isn't slow. Reality is actually instantaneous. It is an immediate mirror. The delay you are experiencing isn't because the delivery truck is stuck in traffic. The delay is because your inner frequency is conflicted. Let me explain what I mean by conflicted, because this is where people get tripped up. You might be saying, Mohammed, I'm not conflicted. I want the money. I'm clear. Yeah, consciously, you want the money. But subconsciously? Subconsciously, your identity is still calibrated to the version of you that doesn't have it. And this is the physics of inner resistance. Think of it like aerodynamics. Imagine you're driving a car. If that car is sleek, aerodynamic, and designed to cut through the air, it moves fast with very little effort. But if you strap a giant parachute to the back of it, you can floor the gas pedal all you want. The engine is screaming, you're putting in all this effort, but you're barely moving. That parachute? That is your old identity. The resistance you feel, the delay you see in the 3D world, it's just the friction between who you are trying to be and who you have been practicing being for the last 20 years. It's funny, right? We spend decades practicing being insecure, practicing being broke, practicing being lonely. We are experts at it. We have a PhD in being limited. And then we do affirmations for 3 days and wonder why reality hasn't completely rearranged itself. The delay is simply the space required for the new identity to stabilize. That's it. It's not a punishment. It's a stabilization period. See, your subconscious mind has one job. Just one. Its job is to keep you alive. And to the subconscious, alive means familiar. Anything unfamiliar, even if it's good, even if it's $1 million, feels like a threat to the biological system because it's unknown. So when you start saying, I am wealthy, I am abundant, your conscious mind is excited, but your subconscious is in the back going, wait a minute. We've been broke for 10 years. We know how to survive being broke. This wealth thing, that's dangerous. That's new territory. put on the brakes. And that is the resistance. It's a safety mechanism. So the delay you're seeing in your reality is actually your own energy field buffering. It's trying to reconcile two opposing frequencies. Frequency A is, I want this, and frequency B is, I am not the person who has this. As long as those two are fighting, you get friction. And in the physical world, friction manifests as time. That's a big one. So let me say it again. Inner friction manifests as outer time. The more resistance you have internally, the longer the time delay externally. If you had zero resistance, I mean zero, total conviction, total naturalness, the manifestation would be instantaneous, or at least it would feel instantaneous because you wouldn't be waiting for it. And this brings me to the biggest trap, the thing that creates the most resistance, the thing that I see almost everyone do, and honestly, I used to do it constantly. Checking the 3D. You know what I'm talking about. You do your visualization, you feel good, you feel the wish fulfilled, and then you open your eyes and immediately look around to see if it changed. You check the bank balance, you check the phone, you check the mirror. Here is the physics of why that destroys your progress. When you check, you are asking the question, is it here yet? And the underlying assumption of, is it here yet, is, it is not here. So every time you look for evidence that your manifestation is working, you are actually confirming that it hasn't worked yet. You are re-imprinting the lack. You are telling your subconscious, hey, just a reminder, we don't have it. It's like planting a seed in a garden. You put the seed in the soil, you water it, you know it's going to grow, but then every hour you dig it up to see if it has roots yet. Is it growing? No? Okay, put it back. An hour later, dig it up again. How about now? Still nothing? This seed is broken. You're killing the seed, guys. You're not letting it take root because you won't leave it alone long enough to stabilize in the dark soil. Your reality needs that darkness. It needs that quiet time where you aren't poking it, where you aren't analyzing it, where you aren't demanding it prove itself to you. You have to reach a point where your inner knowing is louder than your outer reality. That is the tipping point. I'm telling you. The moment you stop needing the 3D world to validate your inner state, the 3D world shifts. It has to. It has no choice. It's a mirror. If you stand in front of a mirror and smile, the reflection has to smile. But you can't wait for the reflection to smile first, you know? You can't scream at the mirror, smile, and then I'll be happy. That's what we do. We scream at our bank accounts, get full, and then I'll feel secure. And the universe is just standing there like, no, you feel secure, and then I reflect that. So how do we drop this resistance? How do we collapse this time delay? It comes down to naturalness. Think about the things you already have, the things you don't worry about. You probably have a pair of shoes, right? You aren't manifesting shoes. You aren't doing affirmations for shoes. You don't wake up in the panic going, oh my God, where are my shoes? Are they coming? Is the universe bringing my shoes? No, you just have shoes. It's natural. It's boring. It's a non-issue. That energy, that boring, calm, of course it's here energy, is the frequency of zero resistance. When you want something too much, you create a potential. You put it on a pedestal. And when you put something on a pedestal, you are by definition putting yourself below it. You are saying that thing is big and special, and I am small and lacking. That distance is the resistance. You need to take your desire off the pedestal. Make it normal. Make it mundane. If you're manifesting a specific person, stop treating them like a celebrity or a god. They're just a person with bad morning breath like everybody else. Seriously, bring them down to earth in your mind. Because if they are up there and you are down here, the physics of that relationship is all out of whack. There's too much tension. Same with money. Money isn't this holy grail. It's just paper. It's just digits. It's a resource, like air. You don't hyperventilate wondering if there's going to be enough air for your next breath. You just breathe. See? You just trust the air is there. You have to get to that place with your desire. And listen, I know what you're thinking. Mohammed, that's easy to say, but I've got bills to pay. I feel the pressure. I get it. Trust me, I get it. The 3D world is loud. It screams for your attention. But you have to decide who is in charge. Is the shadow on the wall in charge, or is the person casting the shadow in charge? When you react to the delay, you are letting the shadow tell you who you are. You're looking at the delay and saying, "Oh, I guess I'm a failure. I guess it's not working." And the moment you agree with that thought, you solidify the delay. You add more time to the clock. But if you can look at the delay, look at the emptiness, look at the lack of results, and shrug, if you can look at it and say, "Yeah, I see that nothing has happened yet, but I also know what I planted. I know who I am. This is just the echo of my old thoughts fading away." That is power. That is the moment the resistance dissolves. Because you're no longer fighting reality. You are allowing the old reality to die off while you inhabit the new one. It's like, imagine a fan, a ceiling fan. It's spinning on high speed. That's your old momentum. That's your old identity of lack and struggle. When you decide to change, when you start your affirmations and your mental diet, you are flipping the switch to off. But does the fan stop immediately? No, it keeps spinning. It has momentum. It has physics behind it. Now, if you look at the fan 5 seconds after you flip the switch, it still looks like it's on high. It's still spinning fast. Most people look at that spinning fan and go, "It didn't work. The switch is broken. I'm doomed." And they run over and flip the switch back on. But if you just trusted, if you just sat there and waited, you would see the fan start to slow down, wobble a bit, and eventually stop. The delay you are in right now, it's just the fan spinning down. That's all it is. It's residual energy. It's not proof of failure. It's proof of momentum. So don't re-energize the old fan by freaking out that it hasn't stopped yet. Let it spin out. You have to be willing to walk through the valley of the shadow of death and fear no evil. You have to walk through the time period where nothing is happening and keep your faith. And I don't mean religious faith necessarily. I mean faith in law, faith in physics. If I drop a ball, it falls. I don't have to pray for it to fall. I don't have to worry if it's going to fall. It's a law. Your inner state creating your outer reality is a law. It's not a gamble, but the variable is you. The variable is your consistency. Are you being the new person only when it's easy? Or are you being the new person when reality is showing you the opposite? Because that's the test. That's the fire. When your bank account is negative, can you close your eyes and genuinely feel the gratitude of abundance? Not to trick the universe, but to soothe yourself, to return to your center. If you can do that, you are dangerous in a good way. You become a master of your world because nothing outside of you can shake your internal stability. And when you are stable, reality conforms. It has to. Stability is the signal that tells the subconscious, we are safe here. Remember earlier I said the subconscious resists change because it feels unsafe? Well, consistency is the language of safety. If you were abundant one day and panicked the next, and hopeful the third day, and depressed the fourth day, your subconscious is like, whoa, this is chaos. I'm shutting this down. Let's go back to the baseline. But if you are calm, steady, and persistent, If you return to the state of the wish fulfilled again and again, gently, without force, eventually your subconscious goes, "Oh, okay, this is who we are now. This is the new normal." And once the subconscious accepts it as the new normal, the floodgates open, the resistance drops to zero, the parachute is cut loose, and you fly.
That's usually when people say, "It happened so fast, it was like a miracle." It wasn't a miracle. It was physics. You just finally stopped creating friction. You finally aligned your aerodynamic structure, your identity, with the flow of what you wanted. So, look, stop fighting the delay. Accept it. Embrace it. The delay is your friend. The delay is giving you time to practice. It's giving you time to build that stability so that when the manifestation comes, you can actually hold it. Because if you got everything you wanted right now, with your current mindset, you'd probably sabotage it in a week. You know it's true. If you won the lottery today, but you still felt like a victim, that money would be gone in a year. The delay is ensuring that you become the person who can keep the blessing, not just get it. So use this time. Don't waste it worrying. Use it to polish your inner state. Use it to fall in love with your life even before the stuff arrives. Because the irony is, the moment you stop waiting for it, the moment you become so content and stable in your inner world that you don't even really need it to show up, that is exactly when it knocks on your door. It's the physics of non-resistance. You stop pushing, so the universe can stop pushing back.
And hey, if you want to learn how to drop inner resistance faster and rewire your subconscious properly, grab the free ebook, The Magic of Affirmations. Links below. It breaks this down into practical steps so you aren't just guessing. Thanks for hanging out with me today, folks. More deep dives like this are coming. Whether you like, comment, or subscribe, that's totally your decision. Just remember, here at Galaxy Gestalt, we're not reacting to reality. We're shaping it. And yeah, what's coming next is going to shift the way you see manifestation completely. See you in the next one.